Tom Ortner. Lester, question mark?
FSU leads, Tom. That's it. That's it. That's my stance on Charles Lester. I think FSU is sitting in a pretty strong spot. I would not pay attention to a lot of that recruiting machine stuff. I like where FSU sits. I would have FSU at that percentage.
Ooh.
So I feel pretty good about this is a diehard fan, just like how Derwin James was. I think the product on the field was a big deal with Charles, and I think it's a big deal that you have a guy like Patrick Surtain who's so good at development. I've heard he's already talked to Surtain, and I would say this too with Charles, like don't get so giddy of just being sure that he's going to play DB. I've heard he likes receiver a lot. From what I talked to my people in Riverview and people around Charles, that he's really high on playing the receiver position. So it wouldn't stun me if say he went to FSU and he ended up at playing receiver. But he is very elite at DB too. He's just an elite athlete. But right now, Tom, I feel pretty good about where FSU sits with Charles.
Let's watch some video of the one Charles
Sure.
Lester out there in Sarasota. This is his athlete tape. This is, I think, maybe 2 seasons ago, but nonetheless, we get a good idea of him. I mean, would he be? I mean, if this class ends up signing, let's say, 15 high school kids, I mean, I don't know where they're going to be numbers wise, Michael, but if they were to sign 15 kids and Lester is one of them, is he one of the top 3 guys you think in the class?
Yeah, I think he's the version of Hakeem Williams for 2024, and we all know how coveted they wanted with Hakeem, and I think Charles is the same way, and not just on the talent. They like the makeup of this guy, away from football, the leadership he has, also the what he would bring to your locker room. Naturally, the skill set is crazy sick good, but I think he's the Hakeem Williams for me of the class, of just getting a guy that really just changes your makeup of the program when you get an elite player. And I think too, if you get a Charles Lester, he's going to bring other guys. He's a very nationally popular recruit around other recruits, and I think he's going to attract other players. So I think certainly they've done a phenomenal job already with the Lester recruitment. They've gotten him on campus. I can't count how many times he's visited FSU more places than any. Charles said it himself best. He's like, if I have a choice to go visit anywhere and I'm not sure where I'm going to Florida State. So that's how much he cares and loves FSU. And I think they've certainly done the best. And that was kind of the thing I was looking for of what he said after was, you know, getting a guy like Surtain, if he did play DB, you can't get too many guys that are better with development than what Surtain does and what his history is with that position. And I think FSU's hitting all the right buttons. Product on the field was a big deal with me and Charles. Just last year, I think he really wanted to see the product, and I think he sees that. And now he's like, hey, these guys are there, and I know what they're. I know where the program's going, so there's not a concern of are these guys going to get there? Are they going to be? I mean, it's like he knows where the program is. Norvell, he has a unique, special relationship with him, and I think it's just I think it's a staff that's done a great job as a whole with him. It hasn't been just one guy. I mean, they focused a lot of their attention on recruiting him as a staff as a whole, as a program as a whole, and they've done the best job. And I think they sit certainly in a really good spot right now.